I'm going to be doing a more dramatic look, and I'm going to be kind of talking through it and showing you guys how I get the looks that I do. Anyways, I'm gonna zoom in a second and then we're gonna get started. So, first off, I am going to, let's see if this is gonna, oh, yep. There we go, look at that. I'm gonna be using the PLouise base in Rumour 0.5. So I'm gonna take my MAC 252, this guy. It's not super important. I'm just putting a little bit, it doesn't look like a little bit, but it's a little bit. I get it saturated because this brush is fairly dense, so I need to have it saturated to get a nice smooth line. So I did say, I think I told you this, or maybe I cut it out, I don't know. But I did say I typically go in with the second darkest shade. I lied on this one because I'm not quite sure where I fully want to go with this yet. I have an idea, but a lot of times my execution, it changes. So I know the kind of colors and the, I guess, where I want to end or where I want to go with it, but getting there, I kind of change my mind sometimes. So, there. I'm just gonna kind of buff that out quickly, and then I'm gonna go into the Norvina palette, and I'm gonna use D3 right there. I'm taking it on like a kind of semi-fluffy brush. I really don't know if it's focusing or whatever. So I'm literally taking like just a little bit, tap it off, and then I want this kind of all over. I don't know how blown out I want it yet though, so I'm gonna put a bit more on my brush, and I'm just gonna stamp her in there. I'm not always like careful, I guess. Sometimes I just kind of toss her in and then we will see how it goes. Because with something like this, I can have it very concentrated in one spot, but when I blow it out, it'll be a nice soft pink rather than a neon pink. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Perfect. Again, I have an idea that I want this to kind of go for with this pink. Now, I don't want this pink to be neon, which is why I've blended it out so much. And then again, I'm just gonna take that on right on the corner again because I want this to be a winged out eyeshadow. So I like where that's at right now because I don't want it super vibrant, like bam, hot pink, you know? This is the transition shade, is what I'm going for. I'm gonna do the other eye and I'll be back. Okay, now I'm back. See, this eye, nice winged out. This eye, nice winged out. I like to, on more dramatic looks that I'm winging out, I like to send it far past my brows. If you can't see it in my highlighter, it's not far enough. So, again, because I'm looking at two palettes, I've decided I'm gonna go in with, I'm gonna go in with Sangria. I want to say Sangria, but it's not Sangria. So I'm gonna go in with that on a nice tiny little Morphe M514. It's stained. It is not that color. And I'm just gonna go right into my crease with it, I think. So it's a little purple. So I'm gonna go in with, okay, I'm gonna go in with C5. Can we see that? I don't know. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go in with C5 from the Norvina palette. It's slightly a brownier. Yeah, that's a bit more of a red. I'm looking, not like a red, but not a purple red, which is what the other one was. So I've got that on this brush. Oh yeah, much better, okay. So basically right on that tip, I'm gonna go right on underneath my lash line again. So now that that is done, I'm going to go to a small brush. And this is the Morphe M507. Okay, nice and small. It is a pencil brush, but because it's got the longer hairs, it's really good at the blending. And now, I think I'm gonna start in with Velorio. God, I sound so bad. Okay, Velorio, I'm just gonna like try that, and if it doesn't turn out to the color I want it right now, then I'll go into the Sangre or something. Don't judge me on how I do it, okay? So I'm just dipping right on the tip of that brush, just the tip, guys. And then this is just gonna go right into the crease. It's going to look like hella like, oh my God at first, but just wait. Blending is amazing. So this, I literally want this like right deepest part of the crease. And as I blend, I'm going to blend lightly upwards. So that way it'll make sure that when I do that cut crease, this isn't hidden, because with my eyes, if I put that exactly where my crease is, I open, you're not going to be able to see that darkness. And if I also keep my eyes open, you're not going to be able to see the cut crease part. So my cut crease is always going to be above this little fold here, above my actual crease, so that when I open my eyes, it's not just like colors and then, oh, lighter. No, I want to see that actual line from that cut crease. Right back into Velorio. I'm saying it so wrong, but it's killing me. Okay, so I'm going to jump in with Velorio, and I'm going to go on my bottom lash line. Okay, and again, we're winging it out, because this, we don't want all the darkness in a circle, but don't be afraid to bring it out, because this does not look right. If you want that gradient from dark to light, then you need to bring that out just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a crazy amount to the point where it's black all the way over here, but you do need to bring it out. So what I do is I get that amount, a little bit, right on the tip. Gonna go and see how it lines out like right here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna plant my brush here and then lightly flick it out. Because no, we don't want it too dark, but it does need to be there a little bit. And like I said before, I do want darkness here in this kind of general area. And now to blend that back in so it's not stark against that lighter pink, I'm gonna go on with that second shade. So now, this is a little trick I've started to do more recently. So I'm going to take my cut crease brush, and this is the Morphe M224, where is it? Yeah, she's real nice. And before I actually start cutting the crease, I'm gonna take some micellar water, that's the word. Just kind of get my brush a little wet. I have a towel on my lap, it's fine. And then I'm gonna map out that cut crease. There, I don't want to go too high. If I go low, that's fine. My brush is a little bit, not too damp, but there's a little bit too much on there that if I go too high, I'm going to take off more than I want. So I'm going to work that in right in the front so that once I figure out the front, it's really easy. And even with this, I stamp and drag. Stamp and drag. Now when I have most of that really dark part off, which is why I'm doing this. So if I went right in, my concealer would be a lot darker, and because my shade that I want to go on to that main part is going to be a lot lighter, I don't want that light shade to mix with that dark concealer, then thus making it darker than I actually want. So that's why I'm kind of going in with this first. That way, and when I go in with the concealer, it actually kind of helps me map out concealer a little better. Now I'm going to, again, take that and dip it into, I'm using the PLouise. I like to dip it on both sides. So there. I like to dip it on both sides because you see how it's already tapered, but once you get it, both sides, it creates an even more nice thin line, or tip. And this will really help with that cut crease. So stamp, pull, stamp, pull. So I do like to get it just kind of in the middle first. I'm not one of those like, put it on, look up. Because yes, it can work, but sometimes if you look up too hard, it's gonna go higher, or at least it does on me. So I kind of, again, see how I look at the camera. I know that I want it. See where it touched there? I want it above that little kind of flappy part on the skin, I guess. So you're gonna start in the inner corner, and then stamp, drag. Look at that. Pretty quick, but I'm going to just kind of go over it again just to make sure I have the shape exactly how I want it. Okay, so now, okay, cool. Like how this happened. So, see this guy right there? Don't know if you can, hopefully. Whoopsies. But you know what? We can fix it. So we're gonna take the darkest shade that I have, or that I used. Gonna go right over top of that little mistake. And I don't care if I kind of go over that cut crease part, because I'm gonna go right back over it again. I'm gonna take that. And because it's already kind of mapped out, I'm just fixing it. I'm just gonna sometimes that can happen. Okay, so I'm going to go in and use the Foolish shade from the BPerfect palette. And I'm taking it on my MAC. Goddamn. Two something. This guy, 248 I want to say, but I don't know. 268, something like that. 239. My MAC, I'm taking it on my MAC 239 brush, and I'm taking it on this one because it's a nice packing brush, but that tip, I can still kind of get a tip, which is good, so that I can really pack it on the corners and have a nice sharp corner. So again, packing on one side and then the other, and I'm just gonna start going in. And I want this color more so on the inner third of my lid. So my next shade I'm gonna go in with is the hot pink. So you're gonna go back into D3. Just dip lightly, and then I'm just gonna kind of stamp right along here. Blend a little bit where that line is. I'm fine with the line still kind of being there. I just want to blend that hot pink onto it. And then I'm gonna go back into this brush and blend them together by stamping them. Same thing on this side. Go back in with this brush with C5, do one little dab, blend it together with that pink, and this is where I will kind of go back into that crease just right here, just on this edge here. Not all the way back in, not losing that cut crease, just kind of slowly blending out that line of the cut crease right on the very edge. Now I'm going back in with the smallish brush with brush with the darkest shade, and I am going to blend that in. And we're just gonna kind of stamp it, but I also kind of want to, oh, this is going very butterfly. This is going very butterfly. So I also want to bring that a little bit on like a liner. So just to that outer third of the top lash line, I guess, is where I'm gonna just kind of drag that. There you go. And this turned that into a more kind of C shape. There. Gonna do the same on the other side. So the Suva Beauty Hydraliners, hydrating water. So we're gonna activate it with water. Hence why it's called hydraliner. So I'm just gonna, you don't really need to see me. Oh no, that is so wrong. I just grabbed an actual oil. Whoops. There it is. Because I have a little bottle of water that looks like my cuticle oil bottle. I'm just gonna literally do like one drop in there for now. And then you just kind of, can you see? You can see it now. Hi, there. It's activated with water. Look at that. So I don't want it too watery. I really don't. I want, we want it very pigmented, and I don't want to go over it too many times. So I'm just making sure I've got really pigmented product here. The less water you add, the more pigmented it's going to be. I'm taking that on my small eyeliner Sigma brush, E10. Ta-da! And yeah, we're going to be very precise about this. So I'm flattening the brush so I can get a really, really precise line. And I'm just gonna follow that cut crease. I'm not gonna talk while I do it because I will screw it up. Okay, now that I've got that nice pigmented line there, I'm going to get that brush really, really thin again. And I'm gonna just kind of trail it off. Okay, that is one eye. And I'm just gonna kind of hop off, do the other one. And I might toss on my lashes and lip, and then I will come back on, okay? Okay. And yeah, there we go. There you have it. That's, you know, one look I'm gonna give to you. Oh, also, on this eye here, see I messed up how it's not just that line anymore. It's also lined downwards. You know what? If you mess up, you just lean into it. So now it's a little two-lined liner, I guess. Yeah, so if there's anything that you guys want to see from me, any looks you want to see, any color combinations, if you want like an in-depth look, or an in-depth kind of tutorial on how I put on my lashes, or really anything at all, let me know. In the comments. I think you can do comments on this, or send me a DM, or kind of anything. Yeah, that's it. Okay, bye.